Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Okay, in this video, my friends and I wanna tell you about the Romantic Era. But before that, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe in this video. And don't forget to share in this video to your friends. Thank you. The Romantic Era occurred between the end 18th century and the beginning of 19th century. It's called the Romantic Era because in this era, the idea of literary work was dominated by elements such as imagination, freedom of expression, and idealism. Literary work in this era was considered romantic because at that time the writers, poets, and authors gave emphasis to the issue of taste and feeling.
Romanticism is also known to often raise terms such as liberalism, exorcism, supernaturalism, and view of nature. Certain them also have to do with mood. The movement of the Romantic writers became widely known in Europe as Romance. The starting point for the Romantic era was the French Revolution.
The French Revolution itself began in 1789 with the principle of freedom, equality, and brotherhood, as coined by J.J. Rousseau. The French Revolution occurred because the people could no longer stand the arbitrary action of the aristocracy, the absolute power of the king, and the imposition of taxes that were burdensome to the people, made the people even more burdened.
In addition, the economic downturn in France due to extravagance by the aristocracy, the absence of legal certainty, and the striking difference between social groups also motivated the people to overthrow the throne.
Another factor that encouraged the flow of romantic in this century is the Industrial Revolution. Industrial Revolution began with the invention of the steam engine by James Watt 1765. Since this discovery, other engines were brought gradually. Of course, this has both positive and negative implications.
The positive impact that humans can be helped by using machines, production activity are more efficient, and the economy is rapidly advancing. But on the other hand, the Industrial Revolution also caused losses to society.
With the invention of the machine, the work that was normally done by humans was replaced by machines. Automatically, in that era, a lot of people become unemployed. The effect of employment makes many poor people starve, and in the end, force children to work together to earn a living.
It is stated in the book The Northern Anthology of English Literature by Abram, 2000, the children and women worked in the mine at the time. Apart from harming the community relying of work relation on the late state scale, nature has also been negatively affected. At the time, nature in English in particular underwent many changes. Among the pollution everywhere, dark clouds due to smoke from the factory, chimney in large quantity spreading across the sky. In addition, the building paint also turned black due to the effect of smoke and pollution.
We can imagine at that time the natural situation in England was very bad. Therefore, it was not uncommon for poets of that era to have a theme about the poor and love of nature.
Hello, my name is Debora Vebrianti. I from the upper class. today I will to interest about Romantic Era, King or Queen Romantic Era. This king ruled during the Romantic period. In the Romantic Era, England was still ruled by the Hanover dynasty, viciously by King George III. King George III died in 2019, and his father King George III considered Augustus married to be contrary to royal marriage law, so that neither of these wish got a title. This is because Augustus married a woman from the common people, not nobles. Similarly, when the descent of Augustus from his marriage, his two children also did not get a single title because they were considered immigrant children. And after the death of his brother George V, William IV served as a king of Britain as a Hanover. This decision was made because the only child of puppet King George IV got to his younger that is a child. We also to say that the daughter of King George IV and Caroline is an illegitimate child because King George IV married an ordinary woman not from the nobility. William Henry himself was born on Augustus. King William IV has no legal distinct and is still alive. Therefore, when he died, the royal tomb by Victoria.
Warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, everyone. First of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Abang Adriyanto. I'm from the afternoon class. Today, I will continue discuss about the author and the literary works from the Romanticism era. First of all, let me know that the Romanticism era in English literature is the key figure of the Romantics movement and are considered to be a group of poets including William Wordsworth, Samuel Taylor Coleridge, John Keats, Lord Byron, Percy Bysshe Shelley, and the much older William Blake, followed later by the isolate figure of John Clear, also such novelists as Walter Scott from Scotland and Mary Shelley, and the essayists William Hazlitt and Charles Lamb. In the constructs, Lord Byron and Walter Scott as if enormous fame and influence talks about Europe, with the works exploiting the violence and the drama of their exotic and historical settings. Goethe called Byron undoubtedly the greatest genius of our century. Scott achieved immediate success with his long narrative poem. The poem is the Lay of the Last Minister in 1805, followed by the full epic poem. From the title poem is the Mariam in 1908. But whereas in the distant society's past, already evoked in oceans, Romanticism and Scotland were to have a long and faithful partnership. Byron had equal success with the first part of the Child Harlot's Grimoire in 1812, followed by the four Turkish tales, all in the form of the long poems. long poems, starting with the Gayor in 1813. It is the drawing from its grand tower, which has related autumn Europe and orientalism by the attempts of the Gothic novel in verse. This features different variation of the Bionic heroes and his own life, contribute of future version. Scott Manuel was effectively fighting the historical novel beginning in 1814 with the Waverley set in 1745. Jacob's Rising, which was highly profitable success, followed over 20 future Waverley novels over the next 17 years, with the setting going back to the courses that he had researched to degree that was new in literature. From the Romanticism era, in the one of the author who uses the dark romanticism side is Edgar Allan Poe. Edgar Allan Poe, the first poem is The Raven, written in 1845. This poem tells us about the unnamed narrator whose life is filled with sorrow due to the death of his lover. And the next is Ralph Waldo Emerson was the very influenced writer in Romanticism. His book of essays explore many of the themes of the literary movement and codified them. Is in 1841 essay self-reliance in seminal work of the Romantic writing, in which he exalts the value of the looking inward and determining your own path, relying on only your own resources. The next is Philip Otto Rongs. The poem is the Morning in 1805. The Romanticism, also known the Romantic Era, was an artist, literary, musical, and intellectual movement that organized in Europe towards the end of the 18th century. It most areas is the peg in the Upper Mid period from 1800 to 1815. And then from the Romanticism era, experimentary romantic process authors like in the romantic prose authors like James Van Moore Cooper. The poem is in the Romanticism. The title is the last of the Mohins, Nakil Hawkstone, and the Scarlet Letter, Emmanuel's Moby Dick's or the Wall, on the Wells, Moby Dick's or the Walls, Alexander Dumas. The Romantic press is the Count of the Monte Cristo, and Hans Christian Andersen, The Little Match Girl. Victor Hooks, the romantic prose authors like the books or the novel is The Les Miserables. Oscar Wilde, The Selfish Giants, and Lucia May, Cora, Little Women. And I think it's enough. This is to tell for you about the authors in the literary of the Romanticism era. Thank you so much for your attention. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Okay guys, this is the last session from my group videos. Okay, this session we walk to the end of the videos. We want to focus on literature era and add the reflection to romantic area. So this is this video we want to review or the some title of the video from the movies. The movies was taking or the movie have been taken from the old story from the romantic era. And we want to talk the popular movies from the based on the Google. Okay, guys. The first is movies title. The movies title is Pride and Prejudice. Yeah, this the movies or the romantic movies bronze 2005, and the second romantic movies the name is Sense and Sensibility. This is the among the title of the romantic movies. This is the Sense and the Sensibility is very old movie. And the second is My Cousin Rachel. This is so very interesting movie from the story romantic area. The third, Never Let Me Go. This is very these are the movies this from the best artist. And the fourth is Less Measurable. It's very about the child. This talk about something unquestionably. And the Little Woman, the Little Woman. And the next, the sixth title movies is The Lord of the Ring. The Lord of the Ring. And this very famous movie and very funny. And Dracula Untold is the movies romantic area from the story first take the time. And the other Burly Girls and the Please You Can. The last is the title of the romantic movies is about the help. So we very interesting. So many interesting from the movies. So I just to suggest some from the like to you can to share something more questionly, but the title the best from you can to take the reference from the novel or the books or the story, the movies and the film and the short movie, very many literature and at the reflection romantic area from the especially the romantic area very you can do many reference from the or source from another we have to call or something, but this I just to take from the movie because they asked to the millennial student can to get the some interesting because the millennial is so hard to learn by the book or something. I think that's all for today. If there is bad word or mistake from my video from my group's video, especially I'm counsel from my group. I beg to pardon. In this video there is mistake from and the truth from the God and the wrong from me. From my group especially. I think that's all. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.